Hey guys, this is Karan Birani from Mobius Club, and we're back with the top 10 apps for the month of April 2016. Now, I'm back after a long time, and here are the top 10 apps for this month. Now, the first app I want to talk about is called Wallrocks. It's not just your ordinary standard wallpaper application. First of all, it's got this really nice minimal design. Apart from that, it's got a great collection, and the way it's organized or the way the wallpapers are categorized is exactly how you would be looking for them. So, it's got lines, it's got minimal, it's got crystals, it's got, a lot of those things that basically define your type instead of objects. Right, so and once you want to apply a wallpaper, you just tap on it. There's a plus sign on the right over there. You can apply it as a wallpaper instantly, or you could actually just save it in your gallery and apply as a wallpaper later. So yeah, it's a really nice and simple application, and again, it's just a plethora of categories that you have. You've got black and white and landscapes and low poly and material, and just when you click on them, you've got tons of great wallpapers. And just look at that one. I mean, it just looks so neat. Now, if you're not a fan of beautiful wallpapers, rather some more informative wallpapers, Meter is actually pretty kick-ass. So, it actually has these three real-time wallpapers. These are actually live wallpapers, but they also reflect live information. So every time you lock your phone and then you unlock it again, it gives you some information. And between the three that it's got, it can give you battery status. So, it can also give you Wi-Fi status, so how strong your signal strength is. Then you just kind of power off your lock your phone and then unlock it, and then it gives you a new information, which is your battery levels, and it's got this nice accelerometer action to it. And then you've also got notifications. So right now I have none, but if you have 4, it's going to show you 4 levels. Now, one thing that's happened with me a lot of times is people, when they ask for my account details or my house address, and I'm like, oh, I wish I had this stored somewhere I could just copy paste. Well, I can do that now. So, for example, I say ACC, my bank account details come up. Let's say I do something like date or phone number or whatever. It just comes right there. So I can abbreviate some content based on some keywords. And I can do that using TextBand. So it's very simple. You just make your shortcut. On the top, you can see shortcut. So I could do @ACC, and in the phrase, I could actually just put in my account details. I could also use some dynamic values like the month, the name of the month. It could be something that's stored in the clipboard actually just comes up with a phrase that I use. Really simple. Now, the next one is called Playtime Internet Radio. I know there are a bunch of them out there, but this one, a couple of things. It's really nicely categorized: artists, songs, and stations. Then you can actually just choose your genre from a bunch of them right here. Apart from that, you could actually go into artists and you could listen to all of those songs by that artist. You could go to stations. If you've got a favorite station, which you'll obviously come to know as and when you listen to this app even more. Now, here is where things get really interesting. So let's say you're listening to a particular song by a particular artist, and there's either something about this artist or something about this station that's great. So you could actually, train your app to play more of the songs from this artist or more songs from the station. And it's just really that simple. So you've got your playlist of the entire, how many ever songs there are from that particular artist that you're listening to. And again, a couple of very standard settings that are available. You can add your artist or your station or your song to your favorites list, and you can actually just view your favorites list later. And of course, if you really like something, whether it's the station, the artist, or the song, you can share it with your friends. So there you go. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Tap share and whatever, WhatsApp, email, you could use whatever you want to share with your friends. The other thing is when you exit, it asks whether you want to stay on the app, you want to let it play in the background, or you want to exit completely. So it's totally up to you, and it's quite intuitive that way. And the other good thing is it takes up the entire lock screen, gives it that wallpaper in the background, and you've got controls as a widget on the lock screen itself. The next app, ironically, is called Next. It's a lock screen replacement, and why it's great is because the way it looks. So every time I unlock my screen, I get this beautiful wallpaper that it updates automatically every day, picks it up from Bing. I get access to some applications that I use a lot, and a bunch of radio settings, or your setting toggles that you frequently use, and you can obviously change the brightness levels, as you can see. The good part about Next is that depending on where you are, whether it's your home or your office or you're on the way, your applications are automatically adjusted for. It understands that if you're home, you're probably using a couple of apps more than you use apps at your workplace. And it just does all that by itself. It learns automatically, which is great. So there you go. So right there, just tell him where you are, home, work, or neither, and automatically it's going to pull up some applications that you are going to be more frequently using when you're at home or whether you're at office. Just a great looking application. All right, the next one is called Backdrops. So very similar to what you've seen with wall rocks. It's just that the collection here is very different from what you've seen in the wall rocks application. So you've got again, just a different collection. You've got a bunch of categories. You've got food, flags, material, minimal, pattern, photography, scenery. So again, you can see that there it was more geometrical. It was lines and blur, stuff like that. But over here, it's not as geometrical as Wallrocks was. Again, some great kick-ass wallpapers. Well, this is not the free app. Of course, you can pay more money and you can get access to some pro wallpapers and some pro features. For example, save. So right now, if I go ahead and tap save, I'm not going to get anything. It's going to say, please purchase the pro mode. But yeah, you could still go ahead and click on set and it sets as your wallpaper instantly. The next app is called Perchy, and this is a Microsoft Garage project. It's actually from the Microsoft guys. It's a pretty regular note-taking application. So your to-dos or anything that you want to remember, make a note of, a reminder, a task, or a list of tasks. You can do all of that. You can schedule your, so that you get alarmed at the right time if you need to do something. You can obviously add more hashtags, and hashtags is basically why this application is so great. Every task that you create, you can attach multiple hashtags to it. You can add pictures to it. You can add color to it. So color as in, you could set red for very urgent and yellow for not so urgent and green for, just about okay. And once you do all of that, you can actually go ahead and see that the tags that you've created are organized automatically. And if you click on to do, it gives you all the tasks that had that hashtag attached to it. And it's got really advanced filters. You could actually select either or and. So basically notes that have a list as well as your favorites. Well, I don't have anything here, but you get the drill. Favorite and it's got a photo attached to it. Well, nothing again. But yeah, so once you don't have a filter, you know what I mean. And another good part is its integration with the lock screen. So it appears right on your lock screen and you can swipe left to see all your notes, or you could create one instantly from your lock screen itself. Now, the next app I want to talk about is actually quite different and nothing that I've seen before. So usually on your home screen, you have a bunch of widgets, direct calls, a scrollable Gmail list, something to add a new task for. All of this is always on your home screen. So if you ever want to access those widgets, you always have to go all the way back from your application onto your home screen and get access to that widget. What if, let's say you were in some application and you just pull down your notification panel and you had your widgets right there. So they're always there. All you need to do is pull down the notification panel. Well, you can do that with an app called Snap. So once you have Snap installed, you can actually configure your widget area, which only comes if you pull down from the right side of your notification panel. Now, to create a widget, you just add your widget. So let's say I just scroll all the way down to Gmail, and I can configure how many rows and how many columns I want. So I think 4x3 was just fine. I can add a direct dial as well, and I can add as many as I want, obviously. And once I pull down from the right side, not from the left side, from the right side, I get this widgetized notification panel. The second last app I want to talk about is called TextAid. It's a pretty handy tool, and what it does, depending on whichever word you highlight on your phone, anywhere, in any app, it'll help you define what that means. Of course, you need to have a dictionary installed. It can help you search on various tools like Google or Wikipedia. So let's say I pull down the notification panel and I say I want search enabled on a particular highlight I make. So I highlight Windows Phone, and the minute I press copy, it gives me these options. Do you want Google? Do you want to Bing it? Do you want to Wikipedia it? And it just gives me the entire options in a pop-up on the right side. So it's really that simple and that powerful. So let's say again, I go ahead and I say, well, this time I don't want to search. I want it to define. So define would be A, all right? So let's say I enable A. Okay, there we go. And this basically means definition. So every time I go and I double tap something, and the second I press copy, it would actually pop up the definition of that particular word that I highlighted. And again, it's going to work even on WhatsApp. So if in case you don't understand something, you really need this application. The great part is it's really easily accessible. So it's right there on the top left. Your notification panel. You pull that down, select what action you want to do with a word when it's highlighted and copied, and it'll just do that for you. The last app I want to talk about is called Arrow Launcher. It's a brilliant launcher, and it just looks really nice, and it's quite helpful too. So what it does is it just creates a multiple bunch of home screens for you. So, all your recent activities in one window, all your favorite apps, the most used apps in one window. You get access to some applications and some settings right onto your screen. Again, all of these are learned by the app over time. And it automatically replaces these apps based on usage. So it's going to know that, he needs this app more than the other app, so let's replace it. You also get options to change your wallpaper and even apply customized icons. You can download a lot of these free icon packs from the Play Store. Some of them are paid, some of them are free, bunch of them are free actually, and you'll get a new look every day on your phone. Okay, so that's something to think about. It also has just notes and reminder screens. So again, you don't need to have a Google Keep or all of those apps that I talked about. You could just have this launcher, which has an inbuilt note-taking functionality, and you can schedule and add reminders and whatnot. And apart from that, you get this recent tab, which basically gives you a summary of everything that you've done on your phone in the past few seconds or minutes. And again, you can change the wallpaper, so it does allow for a certain level of customization as well. So it's a pretty neat launcher. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon.